thing to come up. All right. Okay, well, welcome to Summit Center for Spiritual Living, where we share universal good through love. And John's going to lead us in a song. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Imagine I don't have a candle because of, I don't have around my oxygen. So, yeah. So, anyways, just imagine that we do have a candle, and there's 2 wicks in it, and we are lighting the first one, and that represents the light of God that is within each and every one of us. And then the second wick, Kyle, represents God, represents us as community, and that when we gather together, we shine a greater light. So if you would see that, you would see that the candle was brighter and glowing more. So, okay, now, John. Thank you.
Loving yesterday, loving tomorrow, loving today, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving music, loving singing, loving harmony, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving forgiveness, loving gratefulness, loving creativity, loving as we go, loving wisdom, being kind, living better, loving what is good. Loving nature, loving beauty, loving each other, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving now.
Thank you, John. That was beautiful. And John is actually our speaker today. So it sounds like you were going to be talking about transformation. I heard you mention that earlier. And as I said, Michael, for Kyle, he wasn't here right at the moment. But Michael is in Cincinnati. He helped to ordain a minister, a new minister. So he was part of the team. And so that was good. So that's why he's not here at the moment. Okay. So with that, why don't we, I'll do the 365. And today for August 24th, it says, the essence of love expresses through me as harmony. The law of the Lord is perfect, and the law of the Lord is love. You are made perfect in the law when you enter into conscious communication with love. It is also through love that the law can fulfill itself in your experience, because love harmonizes everything, unifies everything. You can never make the most perfect use of the law of your life unless that is motivated by love. As the artist imbibes the essence of beauty, so you must drink in the love of all around you. You must imbibe in its spirit. This law is more than a sentiment. It is a deep sense of the underlying unity, beauty, and majesty of all life. The goodness running through everything, the goodness of life to everything. Say, today I bestow the essence of the love upon everything. Everyone shall be lovely to me. My soul meets the soul of the universe in everyone. Everything is beautiful. Everything is meaningful. This love is the healing power touching through into wholeness, healing the wounds of experience with its divine balm. I know that this love essence is the very substance of life, the creative principle back of everything, flowing through my whole being, spiritual, mental, and physical. Its flow is transcendent loveliness into my world of thought and form, ever renewing, revitalizing, bringing joy, harmony, and blessings to everything and everyone it touches. Science Mind 365. Okay. All right, so John.
And the radiant pulse. I am the radiant pulse. We are the radiant pulse. We are the radiant pulse. I am the heart of God. I am the heart of life. We are the heart of life. Are the heart of life. I am the bliss of joy. I am the bliss of joy. We are the bliss of joy. Are the bliss of joy. And the presence of peace. I am the presence of peace. We are the presence of peace. Are the presence of peace. And the power of love. And the power of love. We are the power of love. Power of love.
And as we recognize that we are the power of love, let's just take in a deep breath. Let's just release and relax. Just let go. Let's take in another deep breath. As we release and relax, just allowing the chair to support us. And one more great, big, deep breath in. And as you release, allow anything that is not serving you to be let go of. For love is the power to everything. Through love and love as love. Your spirit is love. And joy, peace, beauty, power, light, life, wisdom, wholeness, perfection, completeness, abundance, prosperity. Your spirit is everywhere. Presence. Do you imagine a beautiful meadow, bright green, soft grass, some wildflowers popping up here and there. Just see that meadow and drink in the beauty of the green and the whites and the reds, the purples, the blue of the sky. As you get to, once you're in that meadow, you find a path. In that path, there is a place for you to sit down, to just be able to sit and enjoy the meadow. You hear the birds sing, maybe hear a cricket or two, rustle of the leaves in the trees around it, soft wind that is blowing, beautiful sunlight. So as you recognize yourself in that, seeing yourself in that beautiful space, just unify with the beauty, the power of love. Unify with the beauty of the meadow, of the scene that you are sitting in. And just feel God's presence, for it is everywhere. In you, as you, around you. And as I know this, I speak my word for Summit Center for Spiritual Living. For I know that love is the way, peace and harmony. I know for John, as he does our message today and as he does our music today, that his words are God's words, speaking in and through him as him, whether it be through his music or his words. I know for each and every one of us, for Carol Ann and Hannah and Kyle, and even Michael, who may not be here, but Deb, I know that each and every one of us is in harmony and in peace. And anything that is unlike that, harmony and peace, goes back into the nothingness from which it came, only to be replaced with extravagant extravagant peace, abundance, love, abundance. So I give thanks. Give thanks for this day, for the beauty of the day, of this weather that we visited. I give thanks for all the good that is happening right here, right now. And I release my word into the perfect law, which only says yes. So it is, so I let it be.
And the rain falls. And the rain falls. We are the radiant falls. All the radiant falls.
So as you come back to the room, open your eyes and open your cameras, take a moment to look at each other in the eyes and see that magnificent, wonderful being, which is you, but is also the person that you're looking at. Their spirit is there in each one of us. Just feel it, experience it. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Okay, so I am going to turn this over to John as our speaker today, and as he talks about transformation. So,
Not only transformation, but transcendent transformation.
okay.
And let's define our terms. Well, transcendent means going beyond ordinary limits, surpassing, exceeding, superior, or supreme. In theology, referring to the deity, it means transcending the universe, time, and so on, in a higher dimension. And then transcendental meditation. Remember that term from back in the 70s, I think it was, 60s, or maybe in the 60s, I guess, when the Beatles visited Maharishi, and then he opened up his center in Fairfield, Iowa, college. And then another great spiritual writer, known as Adi Daha now, talks of radiant transcendental consciousness. Transcendental, higher levels of things. And then there are other trans words that come out of the root of trans, from Latin, transition, transit, transportation, training, transnational, transgender, transpersonal, and then, of course, transformation, which is the process of making a change in form, appearance, nature, or character. We have many great thinkers that have talked about transformation. It was a big theme with Jung, Carl Jung. He talked about deep changes in the structures of the psyche, conscious and unconscious, and the archetypes that enable and foster those kind of transformations. Rudolf Steiner thought of transformation as an esoteric path of inner development, type of meditation for self-transformation. Ernest Holmes says one cause manifests a multiplicity of forms in a world of constant change. Examples of transformation, and we have many of them, in fact, everything. For example, life itself, pregnancy, that transformation, birth, childhood, teenage years, adulthood, middle age, old age. Not that any of us are too familiar with that. And death, transformation, something else. In our physical form, our body, we eat, we digest, that circulates, and then our cells assimilate and utilize the nutrients delivered by the circulation and eliminate waste. And then we have elimination from the body and so on. And all this is part of in the cells what is called the Krebs cycle that produces ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is the energy chemical that fosters the energy for all of our cells to perform activity for our body as a whole to be active and do things. About the cabin, so to speak. And in nature, we have day and night, we have the seasons, we have plants that grow, animals that grow, change, weather patterns, storms, and of course climate change, which may or may not be directly caused by our mind also changes. Our thoughts, our feelings, intuition, will, the aspects of our psyche, and then with our brain, we do categorization, we do analysis, we make plans, planning, and then we also can get in touch with higher awareness. In our relationships, communication is about transformation, delivering a message, sharing activities, thoughts, and development. In terms of mass mind, introduction of television, music, sports. Anybody interested in sports? Sports is all about changes. Changes on the field, on the court. Score changing all the time. Who wins and who loses and so on. And then in politics, all about making all kinds of changes and passing laws and acting diplomacy and so on. And the news. We're always tuned into the news to see what's changed. And then advertising is designed to change our mind, change their product in some way rather than someone else's. And the media, bringing change of mind to us all, actually, over the course of the last 100 years or so. Just introduction of those media has a major effect on mass mind. Celebrities that we follow, interested in what changes in their lives are about. And of course, consumerism, going out and buying things to make changes in their life. The stock market, checking on the stock market, is what's today's change, up or down. The world as a whole, their nations, their formation, and working out the borders, sometimes disputes and so on. Governments, and actually government means mind control, meaning they're trying to change your mind about something. International relations, just relations themselves, changes. Institutions, agencies, military, and operations, all making changes in the world. Time itself is all about change. The second, the next second, the next second. And we have, looking back, prehistory, things we have a little sketchy knowledge of, but nothing solid in them. We have actual historical records and so on, starting with Sumer, and I was finding some archaeological sites that are even older than the Sumeria. But all the way through all the history, and we'll mention that in a minute, but we also then have current events, and we have future consideration, imagination, plans, expectations, preparation, and present action to have some effect on the future, what we think the future will be. But in terms of history, going back to that prehistory, and then the development of empires is really where we started to look at changes that go on in society or in our world, the Mideast and Western empires, Sumeria, Babylonia, Egypt, Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, the British Empire, the kind of continuous stream of empire development and expansion and contraction, rising and falling, and so on. And then the East, we of course had India and China, ancient cultures, many transformations over the centuries. In the modern era, some major transformational events were the introduction of machinery, railroads, and printing press, of course, first developed. But then communication technologies like the telegraph, telephone, and electrification, which occurred in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. We got electricity even in their homes, changed life completely. And then automotives, kind of the 20th century was the century of automotives moving us about at a rapid pace and spawned a whole economy centered around drive-through and drive-to. And then radio and television coming into society back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, where now we're connected to the rest of the world. We see things happen in other places on films and videotapes and even live broadcasts. And then nuclear power, nuclear energy, but also nuclear war, threat of that. Space exploration, bringing us a solar system consciousness, starting to look at not just planet Earth and what goes on in the atmosphere, but about the moon and Mars and what's happening on other planets and other places. And more recently, developments like cell phones, Wi-Fi, cryptocurrencies, and artificial intelligence. So all these things have an effect on culture. And I think culture begins with art. Transformations that art activity brings through the artist to stimulate changes in the thoughts of people that observe the art, engage the art, and also philosophy. Art and philosophy can lead culture. And, spin off of that would be religion. And then economics is also very important. So all those core elements of development of culture foster transformations that improve our lives or change our lives. Like in economics, we have agriculture, invention, production, exchange between people and companies and countries. And then social control became an issue. Programming, mythology, deception, regulation, psychological operations, wars, brutality, poverty, slavery, pestilence, famine, division, but also new media is now rising. Podcasts, live streaming, broadcasts are all part of culture and the transformation of culture. So this is an era of major transformation on this planet. In addition to transformative technologies, there's a major transformational drama going on in our collective consciousness. Religions refer to evil being transformed into good. For example, the teachings of Yeshua and his life, for example, of transformation. Horrors of brutality and death, like his life, still are at play on this planet. And knowing that should call us to action or a transformation into greater sanity and mutually beneficial living. We've allowed economic, social, and even personal choices and changes. We planned and programmed, the planning and programming enacted by a small group of powerful criminals serving an evil agenda at the top of the global control system, interwoven corporations, governments, agencies, and other institutions. Further, we've allowed these power players to control medical developments, new technologies, weaponizing many of them against us. At the same time, we've experienced the transformative expansion of both new thought and the feminine aspect of consciousness in the last 100 years or so, and the remarkable rise of holistic healing modalities. significant earth changes are unfolding that could alter life as we know it. Life is in the process of being transformed. It could go either way, be a descent into dehumanized post-human life, robotic cyborg slaves run by artificial intelligence, or a blossoming of loving awareness or enlightened beneficial living. In the situation that we face is not something to fear, this is something to embrace. The age-long, this is a quote from Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind. The age-long discussion of the problem of evil will never be answered until we realize that it is not a thing of itself, but is simply a misuse of the law of freedom. The problem of evil will be met only to the degree that we cease doing evil and do good. For evil will disappear when we no longer indulge it. And the whole world sees the right and does it. Then and not until then will the problem of evil be solved in their ways. So the drama we encounter is about a choice between a well-established mode of thinking and acting from polarity, of separation, fear, or releasing that limiting, dualistic manner of operating and expressing ourselves with higher awareness, of understanding, wholeness, beauty, peace, love, and cooperation. We need to recognize what has happened and what is currently happening in collective consciousness. We can holistically attune to greater awareness, contemplation, meditation, yoga, healing prayer, and so on. Then with a continuing improvement in consciousness nurtured by those of us who are growing in awareness and giving attention to forgiveness, love, even the cabal of power trippers themselves will eventually be transformed along with everybody else. We can form community bonds in reality, serving betterment rather than accepting false bonding to lower equivalent states of belief and ritual. This creative experience of physical life engaging is our opportunity to learn and grow. We came here to do. We can explore other dimensions of reality from here and integrate that into our contemplation of awareness of the infinitely created one. It could be called one luminous experience. Luminous, by the way, means mysterious or spiritual. Here's another quote from Holmes. The difficulty that has beset the path of true philosophy has been the necessity of explaining multiplied creation with a unitary cause. Nothing is more evident than that we live in a world of constant change. Things and forms come and go continuously. Forms appear only to disappear. Things happen only to stop happening. And it is no wonder that the average person, I'm used to trying to discover causes, is led to feel and to believe that there is a multiple cause back of the world of things. The philosophers of all times have had to meet the difficulty of explaining how one cause could manifest itself in a multiplicity of forms without dividing or breaking up the one. Each of us is a river flowing freely here, bumping into rocks there, but moving on, ever changing. You can't step into the same river twice, not even once. Each of us rivers is flowing through dreaming, waking, perceiving, imagining, considering, meditating, contemplating. All is creative awareness, exploring itself in an infinite ocean, a universe of consciousness, seeking novelty in multiple dimensions of enlightening reality. The earth and we are undergoing for those of us already engaged in expanding awareness. We must help each other learn and grow with higher awareness and expand it to affect all of the population. How do we proceed to expand awareness and change the undesirable trends that have been set in motion? How do we prepare for whatever changes may come? How do we get involved with others to build the momentum around the earth and move consciousness for this new higher level of understanding and a better life for everyone? We are on it. The transformation to sane, healthy living is underway as we align with reality, identify and diminish evil, attune with transcendental creative awareness, and take transformative action, healing, efficiency, and beneficial cooperation. No matter what serious changes occur, conscious living will go. Personal growth and improvement in consciousness will continue to manifest for those who pursue transformation, a greater understanding and appreciation of the profound experience of life. So, in the end, we can and will move on to transcendent higher states of union with creative loving awareness. I'd like to share some photographs that I've taken. Primarily at Mudrow Reservoir. First of all, you see that? This is an example of water, earth, and sky, and water, earth, plants, and sky. H2O combines with the carbon, calcium, silica, and other minerals in the earth. Plants grow and reach for the sky, where they also benefit from the sun and the rain. And it's all a system of transformation constantly. Imagine all the fish in the water, the animals in the woods, and they're all part of this natural transformative system. And that was just one picture. Now I've got some series of pictures, and see if you can detect the transformations between them. As the kayak that I'm photographing from moves about on the surface of the water. So here's a sequence showing these interesting sticks from a submerged log sticking up with the beautiful island in the background of these, like I said. And you can see the little bit of difference there. That's because the kayak is moving, taking shot after a shot. So it widens out with a wider, bigger perspective. Here's another sequence. I'm interested in what's happening at the edges of these lakes. Things die, things are born, things happen. So here's some interesting log debris. And then backing off a little bit, that's the bigger picture of it. See how different it is, just a little bit. A second later, with a different perspective on the same thing. So even your perception of what's going on around you changes every second. Watch this. First we see this amazing bent tree that died over the water. And then you got this other funny tree in the background. I'm honing in now on that strange root system. A little closer. There it is. So you can see that. Here's another little perspective with water and land in the background, but in the next shot, kind of starting to cover up the background island that's there. Notice the reflection in the water of the plants. All these different perspectives on what's happening in the light. Now you can barely see that there was another body of land behind this, all in just a couple seconds of changing view, transformation that the kayak is. Look at these very interesting trunks of trees here. That's the other tree in the background. This is the primary focus, so we're going to get a little closer to that. So what is this? Look at all that strange root system. By the way, the shoreline has all kinds of shells. I don't know if you can see any of them here, but I guess they're mussels that live in the reservoir. There's a lot of big shells. Watch this. It's like a little cave. Flowers are transformative. Spring, summer, flowers, beautiful colors, lots of green. Then nature itself transforms with its color display of fall. There's the reflections of color. Coming soon, the neighborhood near you. We are a reflection of creative awareness in transformation. Watch this sequence. Kind of a lagoon in the reservoir with submerged log and deteriorated and rotting away. Seaweed under the surface. Can you notice anything else here? Reflection, branch, reflection of trees at the side. I don't know if you can notice it, but we'll come back to it in a second. There's something else in this picture. See a little spark of color anywhere? Closer examination. See that little, I guess I'll call it an orange dragonfly. The seaweed, the water. If one orange dragonfly is cool, what about That's exactly the same spot, just a second later. See this, that, and that. Same spot. Haven't moved, but there's still transformation even in the same shot. So transformation is especially profound in nature, and we are part of nature. The second, I'll sing this song I wrote this week about that kind of transformation. Being part of nature. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. That was beautiful. On that, when you were doing the showing the dragonfly, it looked like there was a little angel above the dragonfly. It really looked like a little angel. So
this one or the previous one?
Previous one.
Oh yeah. Look right there.
Yeah. And it shows up again a couple times, a couple of them. So I thought that was quite interesting. I have no idea what that would be, but it definitely looks like a little angel. So
Maybe making her way over here to see it, get a gander.
Yeah.
Here's the first picture. So can you see the dragonfly right there?
Right.
Okay. I noticed these orange dragonflies, and I said, I'm going to try and get close. I told Marcia about it. She has her big camera. These are all done with my iPhone camera.
Okay.
Built in my iPhone. And she said, "Oh, I can't get something that small." So, I'll give it a try. So.
Well, and if you, as you take a couple more, it shows up again.
That's just the three shots. Well, here it is right here.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like light reflections. I don't know. You see all these little there's algae, there's seaweed. It's a lagoon beside a less flowing part of the lake. It's like a little alpha. Interesting stuff, huh?
Yeah, right.
Always changing. I mean, just like the Buddha said, you can't step in the same little river twice or even once.
Right.
It's changed before you even completed your step in.
Right. And just see that.
Stepping in is a process. Right? Nothing is step.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, thank you, John. I really appreciate that talk. Carol Ann, did you have any comments, or you're muted, honey? Carol Ann, you're muted. Unmute, please.
Yeah, I enjoyed that talk very much. I enjoyed the pictures and looking at things change in the process of changing that we don't take time for. And it made me realize the one thing I missed from my former house was it was on a 10-acre lake and I had kayaks, and I could take the kayak, and I did it many times with my grandson, and we would get close to shore and then kind of let the kayaks go where they will, and we would see very, very minutely things like that. And the rule was we couldn't rock the boat, we couldn't say something, but we could go something like that to get the other person's attention. And it was just amazing the things that he saw and the things that he found. I mean, I saw them too, but he got such good eyes with it. And I think once you're exposed to that and you begin to realize that there's a whole big world out there, you keep that with you. And it so helps you in whatever you're doing, whatever you're approaching. Just knowing this whole fact of the one constant in life is change.
Marsh likes to take animal photos. There's blue herons, there's Cooper hens, also fish in the lake, or even an eagle fishing in the lake. She was coming up from. We had coming to one of these shore areas, and deer. I noticed in my motion for her to stop again quietly and backed off and let her get in with her camera. And these deer went off around the edge of this cove. And stopped again, and moved on up, and they saw us. They looked at us and then went off. And they were standing there, and with a mother and two babies, and she was licking them like a cat. And she was taking photos of that. It's like they were putting on a show. So.
It's amazing, nature in general, and the beauty of it, and yeah. All right. Well, John, thank you. You want to do your song?
Yeah. This is brand new, so we're going to well rehearse. Let's see what we can do here. Natural light, nature's beauty, walking on a feather breeze. Trees and bushes, squirrels and chipmunks, birds and deer play in the sea. Being now up with nature, also more and far beyond transformation through dimensions, or where excursion on and on. gently on the water, a lovely lake with trees around, sunny sky, clouds floating by, jumping fish, the only sound. Being now a part of nature, also more and far beyond. That's the measure through dimensions, where expression on and on. Peace and quiet, calming breezes, creative thoughts of many kinds, reminiscence, future planning, people and places go through the mind. Being now a part of nature, also more and far beyond. Transformation through dimensions, where expression on and on.
Ooh, thank you. Very beautiful. All right. Okay, well, we are at that point in our service where we get the opportunity to give. There are several ways you can give. You can go to Zelle or PayPal, and you can give that way by going to sscofakron@gmail.com. Or you can also, if you're more traditional and want to send a check or a money order with the word summit on it, you would send that to 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio, 44310, and we'll make sure it gets put in the correct account. So with that, just know with me, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive is blessed in a very special way, that it goes to the work of Summit Center for Spiritual Living and the truth that sets us free. So it is. Amen. That's a little bit more good, John.
Good more good is mine, and ever increasing good is mine. Limited good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. Worthy and fair and good. The crowd itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. Good more good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit and Soul.
Okay, so it is time for announcements, and Michael would not be happy if I didn't mention New Thought Media Network, and that's where he spends most of his time. But that it is a great source for wonderful programming. So it would be New Thought Media, and they have lots of YouTube things that you can look into. All different kinds of people doing stuff. And John?
YesWise.com. Post YesWise in spirit, among other things.
Caroline, anything from you yet these days? I know you're working on some stuff.
I am deep in watering and getting the new grass.
Okay.
My front yard's in the backyard after, and it's really, you wouldn't think, but it does take a lot of time. And I'm just waiting for the first blades to come up. There's something about new birth that I've always been attracted to, and it's work, but it's fun. And that's where I'm spending the majority of my time.
That's all right.
Transformation.
Definitely. Okay. So, next week our speaker is going to be Deb, and so we're looking forward to seeing Deb next week. But we do need to also talk about what we're going to do for September. Do I have any volunteers for any particular week in September?
Let's see.
There's the 6th, the
No, 7.
7th, I'm sorry. The 7th, and then maybe the 14th, 21st, and 28th.
I would like not the 21st. That is, we have a family birthday event on Saturday that I'm receiving.
Okay, so no third Saturday for you, or Sunday for you.
I'll do the third Sunday.
Okay, so
Probably.
Karen.
Yeah, that's right. That's third Saturday too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the third Sunday.
That Tim will be doing that music that day too.
Right.
I can do it. Maybe the other one.
Okay, well, Carol Ann will do the third. John, what any particular one you prefer?
Not really. I mean, I did the 28th. That was my former wedding anniversary.
You'd like to do the 28th? Well,
Yes, it's still my wedding anniversary.
All right. Well, we'll let you do the 28th, and then Michael and I will figure out the first and the second one. Unless Deb is ready for another one after this. I know she likes to. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you usually like to wait till you. Yeah. You usually like to wait like a month in between, and I've noticed. So. Yes. No problem. But yeah, so we'll see her next week, and then the following week will be either Michael or myself, and then the second week will be Michael or myself, and Carol Ann, and then John. So appreciate all of that. And Matt, who knows? We might even have a special speaker somewhere in the middle of that. So we'll, in the first or the second week. Maybe not, but we'll see what will happen. Okay, so that is good. So let's take a moment for a moment of silence. And as we do that, we can, let's see, I need to switch this to, okay. Anyways, I'm going to ring the bell, and I'm going to let you see that I'm doing the bell in case it doesn't sound. And then please take into your hearts and minds any thoughts or prayers that may be needed for a loved one, a friend, a neighbor, the world in general. And just know for the best and highest good is happening right here and right now. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, Spirit is, and so it is. Amen.
We are the people. of peace. We are the people of peace. We are the people of joy. We are the people of joy. Sing out, people, sing out joy. We are the people of joy. We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people